Today I'm going to cover the basics of automations and scripting. It's changed a lot over the last couple of years, the way you do things, so I thought it would be better to kind of just go through again with what you can do. It's the latest way of doing things. It's a lot easier and it's not got any YAML in it. So we're going to cover automations, scripts, trigger IDs, which is really useful, and how you can see things are happening. So let's roll the credits and get straight into it. So let's talk about automations and scripts. So before I start, I've got a light here. It's meant to be set decoration behind me, but I haven't quite done that yet. And I've got a plug down here. But when I make the plug on, the light comes on. It's exciting, isn't it? And I've also got a button. And the button, when I press the button, the aim is we'll make the plug come on to switch the light on. That's the aim that we're going to go through at the end. So what we need to do is we need to go to settings, automations and scenes. Automations and scenes. And we're going to create a new automation. So automations are broken up into 3 bits. So you've got a trigger, you've got an and if, and then you've got a then do. So a trigger is something's happened, something's pulled the trigger, something's happened, something's changed, something's gone on. So it can only work when something's happened. So we're going to create a trigger. And we're going to create a trigger called a device. So the device we're going to create a trigger on, I've just clicked on that, is going to be test. Type it in the right place, shall we? Test. Test button. So test button has got some actions. So I've got a single action, I've got a hold action, and I've got a double action. I'm going to pick single action. I'm just going to press it once. We're not going to have any and ifs. So like the example in here is Martin is home, but it could be linked to the top of the screen to a short where I show you how to create a someone is home helper, and we could use that in here, but I'm not going to do it now. So we've got an action. Like I said, I'm not going to have any and ifs, and then we're going to have an action. So these are all the possible actions we can do. So we can do things with a remote, we can set a scene, we can change numbers, we can play media, we can switch a light on. I'm going to pick device again, and the device I'm going to look for is going to be, and it's called has dishwasher power. And what I want to do is turn on this dishwasher power. I'm just going to click save on that, and we'll call it light. Click save. Now what you can actually do, you can do the individual bits. So if I go here and I click run action, the lights come on. I'm going to press the button to switch it off because we've got nothing to do that yet. You can also, if you stay on the screen, see what's happening. So here's my button. I press the button once. See, it said triggered and the light comes on. So it's really helpful, kind of what it's doing. So let's add another trigger. And we're going to pick device, and we're going to say test button, and this time we're going to go for a double action. And we'll go back over here. Now we've got to do some stuff now, because how will it know what the difference between these two actions triggers are? So what I have to do is I have to go on the settings, go here and say edit ID. So if we call this on, and on the second one we go edit ID and we call this off. So we've got two trigger IDs. Single press is on, double press is off. So then what we can do is we'll leave that action there, but what we actually want to do is create some building blocks. So we're going to use choose. And the option we're going to choose, we'll add a condition, and it's going to be triggered by on. Okay, and then we're going to add another option, add a condition, triggered by off. Okay, so we've got choose between two options. If it's triggered by on, we want to add an action of turning it on. Now this is where I'm going to be lazy again. See, I've got this turning on thing here, so I can go cut, and then I want to add an action here, and I want to paste that device in. So option 1, triggered by on, turn on the light. If triggered by off, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to paste it again, mainly because I'm lazy, because on and off changes, I can just pick off from here. Click save. Okay, so we're on now. If I go, the light goes off. And if I click it once again, the light goes on again. So that's how buttons, triggers and actions work. Let's switch it off so I don't blind myself. Oh, missed. Oh, no, I didn't. So we've got automations. The other thing that's in here is scripts. Now scripts are very much like automations, but so I'm going to create a new script. They've only got actions. They've only got actions that can do things. So if I go device, select a device, and TAS dishwasher power, say on, click save, call this one test. Oh, new script test, that'll do. And again, I can either run it here, or it's possible to run it there. Light comes on. Now, scripts just happen. No triggers or anything. So they're useful for events where you want something to just happen. So, and they're also good for breaking things down. So if you've got a message you want to send, and you send an alert because someone's at the front door, perhaps you can have a script that sends the alert out. They've also got the ability to take inputs, which means what you can do is you can add fields to them. And that field will be a command or possibly some text. So if you wanted to send a message to somebody, you could put the message in there. So that's what you can do with scripts. Let's click save. You can combine things together. So what we could do is when an action is triggered, we can the other thing you can do instead of me hunting for it. Script. What did I call it? Test, didn't I? Test. So I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete the power on, and I've got that script now. And we'll click save. Now, I've just remembered I didn't call it test, did I? It was new script test. So let's delete that. Add an action. Too lazy to search for it. It's somewhere down the bottom. And it was called... Is it that one? Tell you what, let's go back and look. Scripts. Ungroup. Right, let's call it something better. My test. Rename. And we're going to add a field called info. Not going to be required. I'm just going to click save. So we've got that script. I'm going to go back to automations, look at light, and when it's powered on, I'm going to add an action. There we go, we've even scrolled now. There we go, script my test. Save. So, press the button once. Oh no, it's already on. Press the button twice. Press the button once. Still does the same thing, but it's running a script. And in the script, we could have make it do other things as well, same as you can in here. There's no right or wrong way to any of this. So, recap. Triggers. When something happens, you can put multiples in, single and double clicks, but you need to give them an ID. You then use choose and you then do to work out which of the triggers is going to happen. So that's kind of useful. Sunrise, sunset is a good one. When it's sunrise, you switch the lights off. When it's sunset, you switch them on again. And the last one is the and if, which you can kind of put provisions against it. So you're only allowed to switch the lights on if the sun, time and location, sun is, so it's after sunrise. Yeah. Now, you've noticed I've not typed any YAML. You don't need to in most cases. It's easy if you think it through. Jumping into YAML and using ChatGPT to kind of do things makes it hard. You need to understand your logic. Okay, that's it for today. Quite a short video. Hopefully it gives you a view on how the new way of doing automations works. Like I said, easy. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Unless you want to watch this one here or this one here. How can you get your hands all confused? See you on the next one.